Alright, this is a replay of one of my games, and basically I'm just gonna go over it and show how I learn from watching replays. And this is a game that I lost. Um, you can learn from games that you win as well, but games you lost, you obviously made a lot more mistakes, so I think there's a lot more to learn, and that you want to learn how to beat those people anyway, because but you do want to learn how to beat people harder. You don't want to leave anything to chance. But anyway, let's get going. Alright. Alright, see that? That was a big mistake right here. Where is it? Wait. That. That is a huge mistake. And basically that happened because um, I thought it was a jump. And I need to stop doing that because I do that a lot. I mix up a lot of moves like that, thinking they're jumps when they're not. And you don't want to make that mistake because that move is crush counterable and extremely fucking. See, I got lucky there. He didn't do a big punish on it, but what can I do to fix that? The answer really is to not react that fast against characters that have stuff like that, especially Ibuki. I mean, she can jump an EX kunai, which will beat that anti-air, but it's not that bad because you get kind of air knocked out instead of the full combo she does, which is good. But she obviously had no meter here, so always keep an eye out when you're fighting Ibuki. If they have one bar or not, because if they don't, you can do KK as your anti-air all the time. If they do, you have to think twice, or you use EXDP, which will beat EX Kunai. If you space it right, make sure you space it right, because that could be trouble. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, cool. Big mistake, not too bad punish. Alright, see I'm walking back a lot here. For no reason. It's important to always keep track of your movement. See, look at this. Yeah. No reason. Well, actually, that's not true. There might be a reason to it. I actually think I remember what I was thinking there. But still, you don't want to give too much ground to your opponent. Jumping over here, I'll tell you why I jumped over there. That jump was because I like being on this side of the screen because my execution is better on this side of the screen. And that's a fucking bad idea to jump. Don't do shit like that. That's a habit I really need to get rid of, is trying to get onto this side of the screen when there's no real reason. Like, sure, it puts him closer to the corner, but the center of the screen is like here or thereabouts, I think. I don't know, this is a new map. But you don't want to be doing stuff like that because then you just eat shit like I'm pretty sure I did. Let's take a look. Yep. See? Got to answer the button. Ooh, why did I get hit there? There's a good answer to that. And the real answer is Fireball is minus shit on block, and I got greedy. There was no reason for me to press a button there. No reason at all. And I still did it anyway because I got greedy. And even let's say I pressed the button there and it hit. What's my reward gonna be? Like, it's a medium punch's worth of damage, whereas Ibuki can get EX Kunai into an air reset that is a bigger punish than what I got hit by, but the risk reward isn't there. And when I'm that minus, really not worth taking a dumb risk like that. So I need to keep that in mind. Yeah, I dashed that there. Would I have got hit if he had pressed the button in this situation after the EX Kunai? I think if he had pressed something, like a medium, I probably would have got hit. But the reason I backdashed is there are a lot of EX kunai pressures that you can backdash out of, and it's an Ed specific thing where you'll avoid getting hit by basically anything really, except for things that chase backdashes. And I'm pretty sure this situation, because of how close it was, I don't think I should have backdashed here. While it might have worked out, I think it's important to keep that in mind in the future. Alright. There we go. Okay, that's why when I was saying I was losing a lot of ground for no reason before, I think that's what I was going for right there. That's one thing. Ed sucks at whiff punishes, right? But he can whiff punish this move. Ibuki's forward heavy kick is really fucking good in this matchup. It's similar to Ed's, except for it goes over fireballs, so it goes over your spark basically for free, and crush counters it into a combo. It's faster than yours, and it's only -3, whereas Ed's is -4 and 15 frames. So it's really hard move to deal with as Ed. Because it makes you not want to throw fireballs at this range, right? And you can't throw fireballs back here either because of EX Kunai. And basically that move's really overbearing because you have a 3-frame move, but you can't get a real punish off it because it's either spaced well and you can't reach it, or even if it's like right on top of you, you get the 3-frame off, but it doesn't combo into anything else really because of range issues. Ed has a lot of range issues, but basically, this is how you can punish forward heavy kick. See, I'm moving. See me? I'm kind of jiggling around here. I'm trying to bait out the forward heavy kick, and if you stand at the right spacing, you can punish it like that, which is really handy. Really. You don't get much with punishes as Edge, really. At least rewards, and that is a really good reward for Ed in terms of with punishes. Again, that was definitely not deliberate on my end. I wasn't predicting a forward heavy kick that would whiff and then I'd grab him, but I played at a range where forward heavy kick wasn't a threat, and it leads into big damage. Alright, see that? I wasn't ready for that, and the reason is I fucked up my cancel. Normally when I do meaty heavy punch, crouch heavy punch that is, you want to cancel into a spark. Not the full fireball, just the first part of your fireball, and then if they get hit like this, you can do another spark and EX fireball juggle it, right? But in this situation, I fucked up the cancel, but I still could have comboed here. I could have dashed forward and done a EX fireball and still got the same combo, but I was thrown off by my execution fuck up, and I fucked up once more. So that's the gist of this situation here. Alright, bad idea. This is a bad habit I have. I get to a point where I put them in the corner, and where, like here, I'm like, oh man, this range, look how good, perfect jump in range. And then once I jump in on them, even if they block, I'm gonna do all my, pressure on block and all this bullshit. But it's a mistake because people who are in the corner, more often than not, are going to want to get out of the corner, and they're going to be ready to defend themselves from things like jumping, especially when it's this obvious. Like this is there's so much warning signs for someone to jump when the ranges are like this, and I got greedy. There, I could have just, where is it? Let's get back here. I should have just walked here. I should have walked here, defended myself from any kind of command dash to get out of the corner, which you can react to with a jab. I should have stood here, been ready for a jump, because people also like to love to jump out the corner. If you get close to someone like here, they're going to try go over you because it's hard to anti-air someone jumping completely over you like that for most characters. But Ed, you have a very good anti-air that can stop that, which is KK. Or even, I suppose you could even use down V skill if you really want. Can't go wrong either way, but I made that mistake. Got myself put in the corner, hit by a bomb, stuck in pressure, and really bad DP. Let's talk about this. Alright. What did I do wrong? Okay, I blocked this, right? And then I DP'd here. There is no reason to DP in this situation. When he does this, that's -5, I believe. You usually can't really punish it, and they can cancel into the light kick to make it safe. But this DP, never gonna hit, because he's -5 and he's not gonna press something. Why would he press something in this situation? You know what I mean? He was never going to press anything. And I saw the start of the target combo. Even if he did the whole target combo, what's DP going to do in that situation? I'm still going to be stuck in block stun. And there's no reason for me to mash DP in this situation. And because I mashed DP here, I lost the round. Alright. See what I mean about that forward heavy kick? It is brutal. It's one of the things that makes this matchup bad for Ed. As well as the fact you'll notice I'm not doing a lot of stand heavy kicks myself, and that's because Ibuki probably has the best stand heavy kick punish in the game with her stand light kick. So it's hard for Ed in a lot of ways this matchup. You can't throw fireballs here because of that, what you're about to see. You can't throw them here because of the EX kunai. You can't really do any forward moving pressure with stand heavy kick because Ibuki can punish it at virtually every range. But as you can see, yeah. See that? I'm lucky it didn't get crush counted. That was honestly lucky. Oh, okay, what was that? It's important to take note of habits like what you're about to see here if you want to open people up. Okay, I jump in, +3. What's his response? I go for a throw here. I'm like, I'm going to walk forward. I'm going to throw him. And what does he do? He walks backwards. Just so slightly. Sees my throw whiff. Punishes here. Now in this situation, what could I have done? Or what can I think of doing in this situation next time? And the answer is, if people are walking out of your pressure, you want to do a low to catch them. And Ed has a really good low for that because it's cancelable. So what I'd do in the future, at least what I'd try next time, if I thought this situation was going to go the same way, is I'd do stand medium punch on block, crouch medium kick into hands. And maybe you could do crouch medium kick into upper if you can one hit confirm it, which I think is probably possible. It's a bit hard, I've messed around with it, but there's people with a lot better reaction time than me, and I think it's possible to single hit confirm that. But if you can't, just do hands, and if you have super, into super. So this was another mistake here. Ibuki gets a meaty here that you can't really test. After that, she can dash forward, crouch light kick, stand light kick, counter hit confirm into it might not even be a counter hit confirm, I'm not entirely sure. It might just be a normal confirm because it's meaty. It has better frame data. But don't press a button on wake up in that situation. There's no reason to press something there or to try and get away because she can't throw you realistically in that situation. She's close enough to do her little light combo, but she's not close enough to throw you without walking forward. And you know, maybe she will and you'll get thrown, but it's not a real setup. And there's a reason they don't do that so often. So getting hit by that, big mistake by me because it didn't do that much damage, but there's no reason to get hit by it. Alright, lots of blocking. Yeah, out of the corner. Alright. Jumping like that against Ibuki is good. Because, as you'll see. See, she tried to get... Ibukis love that anti-air there, because when they hit you with that, they get a mix-up, cross under mix-up either side. And so if you can do a deep jump in on Ibuki and hope she doesn't low profile it and punish you, or at least space it well so that doesn't happen. Ibuki can't deal with cross-ups too well if you space them right. She could have EXDP'd, but Ibuki players are rarely going to do EXDP as an anti-air, against Ed at least in this situation, because they love their meter for EX kunai, because that's like kind of the bread and butter. Ibuki's a pretty meter dependent character. As long as she has one bar, she's good, but she's like Cammy, wherein a matchup might be kind of bad for her when she has no meter, but as soon as she gets one bar, it could be a lot better for her because she has a lot more options for dealing with things. So a lot of Ibuki players will kind of be scared to let go of meter. The same as how Urian players don't like to V reversal because they like to save it for, their stuff, their offense, which is, it's smart. But you can take advantage of it. Alright, what happened there? That's a real combo. Right, here we go. Yep, this. That right there is a true crush counter setup. That'll crush throws, that'll crush any buttons. That's a good setup. You can delay it as well to make it a bit better. But anyway, I crush counted in the air, cancelled into that, hit into that, go for cycle upper and it whiffed. And the only reason that whiffed is because my execution sucks. I need to work on that because I should have continued there. If I had hit that, his stun would have been maybe a bit more up here. Could have been a bit higher actually because the damage wasn't that much, so it probably wasn't scaled too bad. And I would have got my knockdown set up in the corner and I would have been able to mount a lot more intimidating offense than whatever I did here. But this worked. Now normally, in this situation here, right, I'm going for a throw. Normally, in the corner, you're in the corner, you're going to throw someone, you want to throw them still into the corner. However, looking at the stun here, I knew that I was like, maybe he'll DP on wake up. He's got one bar, maybe he'll DP, right? So I did a defensive throw where you hold back and you slightly delay your throw. So if he had DP'd here, I would have blocked it. But he did nothing, so my throw still came out. And back throws do extra damage and stun. And because of that extra damage and stun, I managed to stun him right here. So doing a back throw in this situation was the correct thing to do. And then that was enough damage to close it out. Now I'm just wondering, could I have closed this out without spending one bar? Yes, I could have. I could have just done a V-trigger combo without spending a bar, but I'm an idiot basically, so I should have spent a bar. I mean, I shouldn't have spent a bar. I should have done the V-trigger combo, saved an extra bar going into the next round. Now I enter the next round with the final round rather, with a meter disadvantage. I still would have been meter disadvantaged if I had to save the bar, but it wouldn't have been as bad. And one bar is more important. Having a single bar is more important than having two. Like from 0 to 1 bar is way more important than 1 bar to 2 bar. Because this here is where you have all your a lot more options open up. 2 bars, no more options really open up for the most part. But, you're just more willing to spend it, I suppose. Alright. Okay, that was a mistake right there. I had the advantage here. See that I hit him with a jab here. Even if he had blocked that jab, it was still my turn. I still could have done anything. I could have done a crouching medium punch to kind of create a bit more distance here. maybe I could have done a crouching medium kick, and if he walked, no, crouching medium kick probably wouldn't have worked um, based on the distance. But I could have done standing heavy punch maybe. He hesitated a bit. If he had instantly pressed the button though, standing heavy punch would have been stuffed, which is not a thing. But instead I did nothing. I hesitated here despite being at advantage. And because I hesitated and delayed my button so much, I get hit by the kunai into what I can only imagine is the mixer. Yep, keeps me in the corner. See, I blocked that. One important thing, it's not so much important, but if you're just straight up guessing um, as to what side Ibuki's going to land on, a good idea, as long as, you know, people can read this because it's common sense in a way, but if Ibuki's got you here, she's going to go under either side. It's a good idea. If you're just straight up guessing, you can't tell what side it's going on, you're just going to guess. Guess that they're going to keep you on this side and they're going to keep you in the corner because that is the most advantage for Ibuki. If she keeps you on this side, you guess wrong, knocks you down, you're in the corner, you're knocked down, you took a lot of damage. Even if you guess right, she's still got you in the corner, right? And still kind of at an advantage. So if you block, assuming you'll be left in the corner, even if you get hit, at the very least, after you get hit, you'll be out of the corner. So it's a good idea to... I mean, it can vary. There are a lot of Ibuki players who know that you know that, right? So they'll always put you out of the corner. And sure, you're out of the corner, but it's free damage to them if they know you're always going to do that. So you maybe not always do it, but it's a thing. There are also a lot of Ibuki players who will always go on corner side, their advantage side. They'll try to take every reward and they'll always go on this side. And if you can work that out, that they like to do that, you'll have a lot more success blocking walk under mix-ups or dash under mix-ups. Alright, you see what I mean? As I talked about earlier, you can backdash out of some kunai stuff, and this is an example. If he had pressed something there, if he had pressed a button right there, for that kunai, it would have whiffed. He would not have caught me. The best he could do to catch me would be like some big gamble, like a read, like he could have, or maybe you could kind of react to it. I'm not sure how it works. He could have done like EX Rider, or maybe like swap followed me with a slide or something, or another kunai perhaps. But at the end of the day, that's a very specific kind of thing that you know. So look out for Ibuki, the distances from where you're blocking kunais, because a lot of time you can dash out of the pressure like that. Alright, was that the best punish? Alright, so this +3, I do crouch medium punch, and he either presses something or tries to backdash because it's a counter hit. So it's 2 crouch medium punches the best idea in this situation? And the answer is probably not, because if I did stand medium punch here instead, I could do just as damaging, if not more damaging combo. And if he blocked it, I would be at +3 instead of, I believe crouch medium punch is +1 or +2. So kind of a dumb idea to do it, but because he pressed something, not so bad. But in the future, I think it's important to kind of hammer in that I should be pressing stand medium punch, or even I could have done crouch heavy punch, crush counter combo. But that's a bit more of a risk because people can interrupt that, because you're only +3 after a pull, and crouch heavy punch is 8 frame startup. But the reward is really good, so you know, it's just about what you expect the people to do. That was dangerous. This one not as dangerous as it could have been, but you gotta be real careful with hands. While hands is safe on block, if you get this kind of whiff here, if you get the full whiff, people can whiff punish it if they expect it, especially Ibuki. Ibuki, it's just like a free crouch medium punch EX kunai into Ibuki stuff. So be careful. I'm lucky that last hit happened because it kind of protected me from being whiff punished. So really be careful of your spacing on those. Oh, that was, even though it worked out for me there, I should have whiff punished that forward heavy kick. Look, block this, block that. Right in my face. Whiffs. Oh, maybe that was a punish actually. Yeah, I think that was a punish. I guess I'm just an idiot then. No, counter hit. Okay, that wasn't a punish. Yeah, I should have punished that. I could have punished it with stand medium kick. I've done that in the past. You gotta be always aware for things like this. This is what's important as Ed, is situations like that where people whiff right in front of your face like that. You have to take advantage of that because that's the only real whiff punishes you get. You're never gonna tag a normal unless you have super. You're never gonna tag a normal and whiff punish it into like something. It needs to whiff right in your face, and then you need to move into it to get the whiff punish. Alright, that was another big mistake here. It might have looked alright, but it's not. Here we go like this. Hit him like this. Pull on this side. Whereas if I had hit him from this side, I would have got 2 dashes, put him in the corner. And off this combo, I know for a fact that as long as you space it right, you can kind of walk back here a little bit, or you can delay your jump a bit, and you hit them, and it makes them stay on this side. It's the exact same combo, but you can make them stay on. You can, whenever you're doing a combo like this, you can always pick which side they're going to get dragged down into. So that's a big mistake, and possibly a game losing mistake right here. It's like a big impact mistake to lose that positioning advantage because Ed is killer in the corner. Really, really strong in the corner. Most characters are, to be fair, but Ed's just increases his damage, his pressure is a lot scarier. He gets like these real throw loops. So big mistake on my part by fucking this up. Oh, I got greedy. Never test. In this matchup, I mean, you can test it if you're like kind of an asshole, but this is what happens when you try to test, you know, baiting anti-fireball things out. You get, you get too greedy. I mean, if you're smart about it, if I had just done one, throw the fireball, fake, if I had just stopped here, I probably should have just kept playing neutral. Probably should have, not done another one, but sometimes I get this idea in my head where I'm like, man, I've got to make him do the anti-fireball thing and then I'll punish it. And that's what happens when you do that a lot of the time. And then I made another mistake right here. This is an anti-Ibuki thing, I will tell you. Alright, hit by this, right? Yep, this reset right here. Air kunai setups of like anything, any air kunai setup like this where it's just a regular kunai and they're doing the crossover deal or what have you. Air kunai cannot cross you up. You always block this from the side it came from. Always, always, always block this from the side it came from. Maybe they'll cross you up on the other side and then you have to block the other side, but it's pretty easy to react to. Just know it's not Street Fighter 4. You can react to this and block it right side every time. Always keep that in mind. So I made the mistake of not blocking it on the right side. Thankfully I didn't get too punished by it. Not sure why that combo didn't work, but I need to keep remembering that and actually apply it. And I hesitated, made a big mistake, and EXDP, and that's the game. But let's look at this. Alright, right here. He backdashes, which causes an air reset. And then from the air reset scramble, I get hit by a crouch medium punch. Now, a lot of people will do this. A lot of people will try to backdash out of this. And one answer is if you expect a backdash, crouch heavy punch, crush counter. Um, really strong, big damage punish. Can really stop people from doing it. But even if you do get this scramble, you are still at an advantage as long as you're ready for it. Look, I can press something that is meaty before he can hit me. I'm at advantage in this situation. It's just the fact that he was prepared for this situation and I wasn't. And because I hesitated, because I didn't react properly, I got hit by this counter hit. You see, I did react, but I second guessed it a little bit because of the scramble, and I was too slow. And this puts me in the corner. Should have died from that. I mashed DP here. Big dumb move, but that's just what you do sometimes, I guess. I shouldn't have been mashing DP here. You know, maybe I was mashing for the quick rise, but probably not. It was probably just a random DP because I was like, oh, it's a clutch moment. I've got to, I'll do a DP and then I'll dash forward and do my pressure and all this stuff. But you've got to not be scared to block in situations like these. You, like when the pressure's on you, you want to stop people from pressuring you. But in this situation right here, I should have just blocked. Should have just waited. I could have V-reversaled if I just blocked anything. He wasn't in range to throw me. So I could have V-reversaled out of the corner, which is strike invincible. But I did the dumb thing. And I tried to DP like an idiot, and I lost the game. I mean, that's not, maybe if I didn't DP there, I could have still won. But that mistake, it lost me the round at the end, but there were bigger mistakes throughout the game that were bigger contributors to why I lost, like doing the V trigger combo and putting him on out of the corner instead of into the corner. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. That's how I personally look at my replays and like learn from them. So yeah.